If you are traveling through an airport soon, everything you're about to experience there was designed to guide you, without you noticing. Airports feel like they are their own separate world, existing outside of our normal lives. The quality of the light is different, often softer and more controlled than the sunlight outside. The sounds are muffled and distant, a constant low hum rather than the sharp noises of a city. The very floors you walk on and the walls that surround you seem to lead you in specific directions, almost as if they have a will of their own. This is not some strange coincidence or an accident of construction. It is the result of careful and deliberate planning. The people who design these immense structures think deeply about how we move through space. The walkways in an airport are often very long on purpose. Think about the journey you take after you have checked your bags and passed through the security checkpoint. You almost always find yourself on a long, straight corridor that seems to stretch on forever toward the gates. This extensive walking is not just a consequence of the building's large size. It is a deliberate design choice that serves a dual function. It provides a transition period, a slow and steady rhythm of movement that allows your mind to calm down after the initial stress of arriving at the airport and getting through security. This slow, methodical walk also serves another, more commercial purpose. It strategically brings you past a multitude of shops, restaurants, cafes. As you move at this unhurried pace, your eyes are free to wander. A display of perfumes, the smell of freshly brewed coffee, a colorful array of souvenirs. Each one becomes a potential point of interest. Every step you take along this calculated path quietly increases the likelihood that you will pause, look, and perhaps make a purchase. The signs in an airport can sometimes seem confusing or overly simple at first glance. They use a limited palette of colors, specific universal symbols, and very few words. You might feel a momentary sense of uncertainty, a slight confusion about exactly where you need to go next. Yet somehow, you almost always end up in the correct place without much conscious effort. This is because the signage system is designed to work on a subconscious level, guiding you through visual cues rather than detailed instructions. Bright, high-contrast colors like yellow or blue draw your eye from a distance. Bold, simple arrows point the way with an authority your brain registers instantly, even when you are not consciously thinking about it. These elements work across languages. Distant signs give essential info like Gates A1, A20. As you approach, more text appears, specific gate numbers or directions to restrooms. This layering prevents overwhelm. It gives you what you need when you need it. You feel like you are finding your own way, but you are following placed breadcrumbs. The airport's silent language lets you go on autopilot. You arrive, barely remembering the signs. Duty-free shops are almost impossible to miss. In many modern airports, they are not just placed along the path, they are the path. Travelers are often funneled into a large, winding shopping area you must walk through to reach the concourse and your gates. This is not a matter of convenience. It is a highly effective and deliberate strategy. Designers place these retail environments in choke points where human traffic naturally slows and congregates. Instead of straight aisles, they often feature a winding path that gently forces you to pass through different sections. You might be looking for the exit, but on your way, you will pass cosmetics, liquor, electronics, and confectionery. The lighting is lower and softer, making products feel more appealing and luxurious. You have just completed a stressful task. Now, you are rewarded with a calm environment full of seemingly good deals. You are, in essence, a captive audience. The design ensures you cannot simply bypass the retail area. It quietly merges the process of travel with the act of consumption, blurring the line between the two. Airport design works directly on your emotions, often without you realizing it. Many terminals feature vast, open spaces with very high ceilings. It creates a feeling of freedom and reduces the sense of being crowded, even when the airport is busy. Natural light through windows and skylights connects you to the outside world and steadies your rhythm. Soft colors and natural materials, Wood, stone, evoke warmth and stability. Gentle ambient music plays so low you barely notice, but it still calms the room. Comfortable seating is placed in quiet corners, giving you a place to retreat and rest. Charging stations remove the low-level anxiety of a dying battery. Every detail aims to make waiting pleasant and stress-free. When you feel safe and calm, you are more likely to browse, sit for a meal, or treat yourself. Designers know this connection well. The balance between genuine comfort and gentle encouragement to spend is a fine line that airports walk with precision. Time seems to behave differently inside an airport. Your watch may tell you that an hour has passed, but your mind feels as though it was either much shorter or much longer. The building's design actively contributes to this temporal warping. Long corridors with evenly spaced lights and identical elements lull the brain. This steady, unchanging environment can make time feel slower, stretching out into a long, empty expanse. There are few external cues. Artificial light stays the same, morning, noon, or night. It creates a mild, casino-like effect where daily rhythms disappear. Then a sudden announcement or a flashing screen pulls you back to the present. These interruptions act as temporal anchors. Focus, then relax back into waiting. This shifting between low-focus waiting and high-focus alerts often makes the total wait feel shorter. By gently distorting your sense of time, the airport keeps large crowds patient and orderly. It is a subtle but powerful form of psychological management. The architecture of an airport is a quiet shepherd, guiding vast flocks of people without overt commands. Ramps, stairs, and escalators are strategically positioned to split and merge flows, preventing bottlenecks before they form. Wide halls let people pass easily, while gentle curves slow the average pace and encourage calm. Closer to gates, corridors may narrow, subtly speeding people up as they approach their destination. Changes in flooring material or pattern signal transitions, from walkway to seating, from public space to retail. Subtle lines and designs in the tiles create invisible lanes that feet follow without thinking. The placement of columns, benches, even bins is calculated to shape movement, like rocks guiding water. Staff are positioned at key decision points, organizing space and attention by simply being there. Barriers and floor markings create clear, predictable cues that minimize confusion and conflict. It feels natural because it works with simple human instincts. We avoid obstacles, we seek open spaces, we follow lines. The effectiveness of airport design lies in countless small details. Lighting is warmer where you rest, brighter where you need to act. Light draws your eye to action points while letting the rest recede. Benches in main paths may be backless or angled, discouraging long stops and keeping movement flowing. Restrooms and bins sit at predictable intervals and in visible spots. Designers observe, test, and refine. Small shifts, measured outcomes. Move a coffee kiosk a few feet. Change a sign's angle. Then measure. Did sales rise? Did congestion fall? An airport is never truly finished. It is always being adjusted. Tiny changes can shift how many people buy a bottle of water or glance at a watch display. This precise calibration is the quiet, invisible design that shapes your entire experience. Small things add up. Not all of this design is intended to make you spend money. A significant portion focuses on safety and security, clear exits, visible staff, wide sightlines. Simple, intuitive principles keep people calm and moving, even in stressful moments. Airports must move tens of thousands safely and on time. The design is a balance of all those needs. Sometimes it nudges you to walk a little further, or to browse. Sometimes it gives you a quiet bench to breathe. Next time you walk through an airport, notice just one small thing. Maybe it is the way a hallway curves, hiding what lies ahead while pulling you forward. It is a conversation in the silent language of space, light, and flow. The building becomes a quiet partner in your journey. Once you begin to see it, you will notice it everywhere. If you've ever had a question like this pop into your head late at night, share it in the comments. And if you enjoy exploring everyday mysteries, subscribe to Late Night Questions.